And co-main event time, we got an all-action fight between Manuel Torres and Drew Dober. And both these guys, they're known to knock someone out. And man, this is going to be a great matchup here. Manuel Torres, he just got his lights put out by Ignacio Bahamondes pretty badly. So I think he might come in here and fight a little bit smarter, hopefully. And Drew Dober, even though he's tied for the most knockouts in lightweight history, he's trying to get one more knockout and pass Dustin Poirier and become first solely. But I feel like he's been definitely slowing down a little bit recently and just slowing down in terms of his speed in general in the octagon. I think he's a lot more deliberate and a lot more smarter in how he's been fighting. So I could see this fight going longer than people anticipate, honestly. But you look at Manuel Torres, all his fights except for one have ended in the first round. So most of the time he goes out there and does do the business early. He likes to be really explosive, and he walks forward, he feints, and he tries to get you a little bit lulled, like off rhythm, and then explode in with really fast, powerful punches from odd angles, and he could catch you and hurt you. He also has a good ability to mix in elbows and laying counters and things like that are really nasty, like we saw versus Moda. And his grappling looks pretty solid as well. So the guy looks like a good fighter. I feel like he's going to have a huge speed advantage in this fight, and he's going to be longer. So I think if he fights a little smarter and, moves around, darts in, darts out, uses the straight punches, doesn't get as wild and open up as much, he could be really effective on the feet here. The leg kicks, I think, for Dober are going to be something that he needs to try to use. And then just effective pressure, obviously, and just trying to eat shots and just keep the pressure on Torres, because Torres could potentially fade. I feel like Dober is going to be the one that's going to have the better cardio. But Drew Dober recently, like I said, I feel like he's looked a lot slower with his hands. But he likes to walk you down, cut the cage off, kind of stay right at the end of range, maybe attack the body, chop the legs a little bit. And then when you throw, he likes to slip and come back with a big pull 2 or a 3-2, 1-2 combination and try to hit you hard and knock you out. And super durable guy, hard guy to take down. If you do take him down, his grappling, isn't necessarily the greatest. And I do think Torres has a chance to submit him if he gets him on the map. But on the feet, Dober's going to be bringing that pressure, and he doesn't commit as much, though, anymore. I feel like he's a lot more counter-heavy, and that hurt his style, man, because his ability previously to say kind of screw it and go into the fire and go first got him a lot of knockouts, and now that he's hanging back and trying to maybe preserve his chin or fight smarter than slip and rip, and his pressure is really good, but he's getting a little slower, and these guys are touching him before he can land back, and he's taking more damage, and he's not being as barbaric and finding these knockouts. But with Torres, I think that he needs to respect that Drew Dober has an insane chin, great power, and that he knows that Dober's going to be putting the pressure on, walking him down and being right in front of him. So he just needs to be a little smarter, straighten up those punches, use his speed a little bit more, use the kicks, maybe even try to mix in a level change or two. And I think that Torres could use that striking to extend the fight and then maybe land on Dober when they're both a little more tired and hurt him at that point, and then catch a submission or maybe even, win on points. But I think Dober has a chance to win later. So I really think this fight could go either way, but I kind of like the over in this fight. I feel like plus 160 is a decent price, but I'm going to go with Manuel Torres here, but this is another one of my least confident picks on the card.